Welcome back. This is the 52 Weeks to Wealth Principle 42. Give the impression of increase and advancement. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking to get to the next level, like all real estate investors are, throw your hands to the camera. Looking to double your income, increase your net worth. Excellent. So we're a real estate investment community, and I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires, 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. And the only way to do that is through giving the impression of increase and advancement. Hands to the camera if you're a licensed real estate agent. Licensed real estate agents, where are you at? Excellent, excellent. So as a real estate agent, you're also giving the increase of advancement, the impression of advancement and increase to other people by showing them those beautiful houses, showing them the investment properties for investment agents. And this is for the investor-friendly agents, people who are working with people who want to make more money. You want to show the ROI, the return on investment, what they're going to get in the end. And the reason we do this is because people are attracted to two types of people. They're attracted to the people who are just like them. So if they're an advancing person themselves, they're looking to build a portfolio, looking to build wealth, even if they're the first-time home buyer. By the way, the information on the first-time home buyer is a 36-year-old woman who is in a committed relationship. Although 18% of home sales are done by single women, they are the lowest price home sales on the market. Whereas the other I want to say it's over 78% of sales are done by women who are 36 years old in a committed relationship, either married or with a spouse or have a kid on the way. So these are triggers for the first-time home buyer. They're advancing, they're moving their lives forward. They're right in that age of getting job increases. They're right in that age of changing the state that they're living in. Many people are moving to Florida right now, Florida, Texas, and Arizona. We saw that in the real estate prediction that I put out on Facebook a couple of days ago. Hands to the camera if you saw the real estate prediction at the summit. You were live at the summit. Excellent. Who got to watch the real estate prediction that I put out a couple of days ago? Who saw that? Excellent. Now, who saw the blog that I put out on it? Anybody see the blog? The blog is 3 times bigger, and it's my real estate prediction for 2022 to 2030. It's a 8-year prediction where I looked at and said, where is real estate going? And in that blog, I put way more details than I brought out at the summit. At the summit, I gave a brief overview, but when I had time to sit down at the computer and type it out, I put a whole lot more information into it. Hands to the camera if you know that's probably a good thing to go take a look at after this call. Yes. It is a prediction based on fact. So when you're making your decisions and your business partner is saying, well, why are we doing this? You can now advance them and give the impression of advancement and increase through information, through facts. The faster you're able to get people on your side, the faster you're able to inspire them to move towards the same goal with you, the faster your business grows. If you're having conversations with your partners, with your employees, with your spouse, and they're not on the same page, nothing happens. Right? You'll see them moving in different directions. You'll see them putting the anchors down and slowing you down. And you'll see it's same with your family. If you can't articulate why real estate makes sense, why building a business makes sense, you're going to see all of the anchors show up around you in your life. It's like being a boat that can't get out of the dock. Who here has ever had a family member tell them that what they were trying to do was too ambitious, or that they might get hurt, or that they're concerned that maybe they should just get a job? Excellent. Let's give each one of you a round of applause, because it sounds like none of you took that advice. You're all here on this call. You're all here advancing and moving forward. So those anchors can slow us down. And the easiest way to get out of those anchors is to have a compelling message, to have an understanding so tight that when somebody tells you that buying real estate is crazy, scary, wrong, or risky, or that you're going to be doing tenants and toilets, you have a objection that you can give back. This is not just for them to get them on board. This is also for you, so that you feel comfortable and confident in what you're doing. Who knows that they make more powerful decisions when they're confident in their decision? Hands to the camera if you make more powerful decisions when you're confident in what you're doing. Absolutely. Who here knows that they commit to those decisions and they stick in it if they're very confident and they have the facts to back it up? You feel confident in your numbers and your facts. Excellent. So this is why it's very important for you to have this information, for you to know how to evaluate a deal, for you to know how to take down a property, for you to know whether or not this is a good deal for seller financing or subject to existing mortgages. In fact, this week, I've gotten this question more than any other question is, how do I buy a house with no money down right now? Hands to the camera if you've ever thought that. And I know plenty of my millionaires are thinking it, right? Think it all the time. Because as soon as we get money in real estate, as soon as we get cash, boom, it's in a deal. It's gone. We don't have the cash anymore. In fact, I've been getting so much shit on Instagram lately because I posted a bunch of fake money and people are like, oh, show a picture of real money. Why would a rich person have real cash on them? My millionaires, hands to the camera, if you know, like, we don't ever hold cash. A couple of you have held cash, and I talked a lot of shit until you put that cash back into investments. So let's give Melanie Santos a round of applause because she knows to redeploy her cash. And she's been growing very fast because money doesn't sleep, but it does get bored. If you just sit it in a bank account, it earns less than 1% and it doesn't grow. It's going down in value. Inflation is eating the dollar right now. It's absolutely terrifying when you think about I think about how much money we have sitting in the bank because it's in between deals and I get stressed out. Just thinking about it losing, it's dying, yeah, shrinking a little bit. But we move it fast enough where the flow is fast enough where it gets back into deals and you can make a better return in real estate, even in crypto or stocks, even if one of those assets goes down for a little bit. At least in real estate, it's cash flowing. At least in real estate, it's paying us a dividend back every month. It's paying something. And the mortgage is going down in value. The taxes at the end of the year, taxes are coming up. Who's already thinking about taxes for this year? I already know this time to line that shit up. Yes, it's awesome because the taxes have depreciation on them. That's money that, where the building went down in value, according to the government, 27.5 years, now we're able to get that money back. So how does all this tie into advancement? It's because each one of you on this call is the perfect example of a man or woman who is advancing. Each one of you on this call is an example of somebody who is in the way of increase, because you were doing these things, because you were getting the knowledge, you're growing. So your friends and family who are listening to you outside, when you're speaking with them, if you can give them tactical, short answers that are more understandable, and always at the end of the conversation, end of the sentence, has some form of increase or advancement, they will be more compelled to move with you. If you end your sentences with some sort of negative or disadvantaged word, they're going to think that there's a problem with your investment idea or with your business idea. Now, this is something that a lot of us have no control over at first. We don't know we're doing it. In fact, who knows that the first thing that they normally say is actually something negative and working against them? Has anybody ever noticed that? The first thing you say, okay, now let me give you an example. The first thing you say may be something like this. Well, you don't want to do that. Has anybody ever said that to somebody? Don't do that. All of that, like, don't go work a job for the next 40 years. You say it to your family, oh, you shouldn't be working for somebody else. What are they going to do? Go work for somebody else. The only option you delivered in that sentence. So the right option is you want to earn as much money as you possibly can in a shorter period of time. You want your money to earn for you. So if you waste your time making statements that are negative that only strengthen their existing reality, that's all you're going to do. You're going to end up strengthening the existing reality. You've heard the story of the two wolves. Everybody's heard this. There's two wolves in your head. And the question is, is it a good wolf and an evil wolf? Or we'll say there's the financially free wolf, and there is the wolf that has to work for somebody else and be that person's little bitch for the next 40 years until they can retire on a menial sum, a small amount of income. Which wolf wins? Which wolf lives? It's the wolf that you feed. It's the wolf that you put more information into, the more energy into. So if you're feeding the financial freedom wolf and you're putting that little bit of money aside, you're buying the right investments. Well, first you're educating yourself on the right investments, and you're buying the right investments, and then you're improving those investments. I love improving an asset that we already own because that's additional income from doing very little work. If you're doing those 4 steps, the financial freedom wolf is going to grow, and eventually your financial freedom will be all you see in your existence. If your conversations are focused on financial freedom, focused on the growth side of things, then you can remove that work for somebody else language from your mind, be the slave from your mind, remove those elements, and you can actually be a more compelling person. Hands to the camera if you know this is better in your personal life, but it's also better in your business life. You want clients to work with you, focus on the gain that they're going to get. Now, it's important to recognize that there is pain. And when we do talk about advancement, who would like to know a secret to making something seem like a larger advancement than it normally is? We'd like to know how to make something seem like a bigger, larger advancement. Excellent. It's called fractionation. So we want to use a tool from NLP. This comes right out of neurolinguistic programming, which if you're in Master of Influence, you're going to learn a lot more about. NLP talks about fractionation, where we take somebody from a bad thought or negative thought and move them over to a positive thought. So in the dating world, I used to go and I would actually aim at making somebody upset. I would aim at finding something that would frustrate them. And then I would shift over to the other side and give them something that would make them happy. Whatever I found that was going to be a bothersome element, maybe I would give a false compliment, like, "Oh, who did your nails?" And they'd say, and I'd be like, "They missed the spot." Instant, whoa, like embarrassment, frustration. What do you mean? I'm like, "Yeah, it's no big deal." They still came out really, at least you got a pretty smile, right? Hands to the camera if you recognize that this is two sides of the conversation. Same with social media. Is I look to aim to frustrate somebody. Hey, poor people have no clue how money works. A comment like that is going to draw a lot of attention and get a lot of either people who are positive about, yeah, that's probably true, or people who are negative on the other side saying, man, like you're kind of being a dick. But now that I've got your attention, let me tell you why it's so important to understand how poor people think, so we can actually move them forward, so we can move them to a sign of advancement, to a place where they can be better. So fractionation in any conversation, starting off with something relatively negative and then shifting over to something very positive, is going to be a very good benefit. Who would like the ultimate? Where are my realtors at? Hands to camera if you're a realtor. Who'd like the ultimate fractionation cue for a realtor? Do you like the idea of working until you're 65? No? So you'd like to get out of your job? Would having passive income be a good solution for you, right? So get out of your job or passive income, as opposed to working hard every day in your job. Starting off, do you like your job? If they say no, man, you got an opportunity. What's the worst part about the job? And then once you know the worst part about the job, you can point it out. So you hate having to go tell your boss what you did the last 3 hours? Buy a piece of real estate, and you'll never have to work for anybody ever again, except for yourself. You'll be your own boss. Entrepreneurs, we know that can be a little tricky, huh? Anyway, we love the freedom that it brings eventually. Financial freedom comes from doing things that nobody else is willing to do. There's things you're going to have to do that kind of suck. There's trainings, right? We go to these trainings every Saturday. Who right now is in beautiful weather? Hands to the camera if it's beautiful outside, looking amazing outside. Excellent. Who's in New England and it's cold? Yeah. All right. It's still beautiful outside. You still want to get out there, right? So imagine on a Saturday, there's people right now who are sleeping in. On a Saturday, there's people right now who are outside enjoying their day. You're in here grinding. You're in here learning. You're in here getting yourself hyped up and excited about your life, getting excited about what you're going to create for yourself. You're in here thinking about advancement, thinking about becoming the advancing person in the lives of the people around you, thinking about increase for yourself and increase for others. This morning, I had a wonderful conversation with Dorena, and I went into the room. I woke her up. I was like, babe, I got an idea. And I said, I want to create a virtual training company with like VR glasses and all that stuff. And she said, okay, that's great. Because she loves all my ideas. And then I said, but so it's going to advance our community, our students. It's going to be amazing for advancing everybody. And then I said, and then the next level to that is then I'm going to teach Grant Cardone how to do it, and Ty Lopez, and all my Dream 100, all these guys I look up to and aspire to, Tony Robbins and all these guys. I'm going to teach them how to put their platforms on a virtual reality. And that's the impression of increase to others, right? To the next level, so you can get access to those people. Hands to the camera if you recognize that's a path that could work, right? It's a path that can work, but ideas are only as good as implementation. Ideas are only as good as the work that gets them there, the action steps, the waking up with that thought every single day, and the action steps that move you towards it. So my first thought was, I'm going to text my videographer and make sure that he has the ability to do 3D video. And if he doesn't have it now, the 100 Millionaire Summit will be recorded in 3D. Hands to the camera if you'll be there this year, ready for that 3D image. Oh, hell yeah. So dress appropriately. It's going to be awesome. We've got some action steps that go along with this wealth principle. Hands to the camera if you like the action steps every week, if they've moved you forward. If you take action on these action steps, awesome. Excellent. So the first, well, before we do it, I want to define the impression of increase. And increase is the definition that I found in Google is something that becomes or makes greater in size, amount, intensity, or degree, or an instance of growing or making greater. Think about your bank account. Think about the size of your house or the happiness level that you have. So something that you can make larger, increase in size, intensity, or degree. Then the impression of advancement. And it's important to understand words because these words are what actions you're going to be taking. Development or improvement. The promotion of a person in rank or status. The process of promoting a cause or plan. The process of creating or promoting a cause or plan. Rank or status. So in your company, does your company provide room for advancement? Where are my recruiters at? People who are looking for salespeople, looking to hire people in their companies, people who are looking to bring on, okay, so how about people who are looking to bring on clients, looking for motivated sellers, looking for people to throw properties at them? Answer the camera if you're one of those people. All right. So if you want all of that access to new people, they have to see a plan in your business, that there's some sort of cause, there's some sort of reason to work with you over somebody else, that there's some sort of process of gaining some sort of status within your company. Who has a list of the best properties they've ever purchased? Does anybody have a list of best properties ever purchased? Excellent. So for us, we talk about our best deals all the time. Who's heard about the condos? Who's heard about our condo deal? Yes, who's heard about my Subject 2 deal, my Charles Street deal, my East Main Street deals, my 10 units that I picked up with very little out of pocket. I put no money in. So there's a reason that we talk about the deals we've done, because it gets other people inspired to work with us. So for our sellers, when I go into a seller's house, I'm like, yeah, we do this deal all the time. Yeah, we did this deal. Oh, your house is no big deal. We just did 24 condos, right? This is the sort of stuff we do. Answers can, if you see, that would make a seller feel more confident in working with you. You show the signs of increase, show the signs of advancement. There's something that you can do right now in your business to show some form of advancement, not for you, and advancement for the other people. And the other people, here's what a seller wants to know. Oh, here's a picture of Susan. I put her in a house in North Carolina. She was living here in Fall River, barely scraping by, had all this equity in the property. When we sold it, she moved to North Carolina, has $100,000 in her bank account, and she's living in a bigger home that she bought for the same amount of money she sold this property for. And because she financed it, she has an extra $100,000, which, by the way, I pay her $1,000 every single month, which is more than her mortgage. So I've doubled her income, and I've also improved her quality of life. Who wants to be Susan right now? Hell yeah. All right. Give yourselves a round of applause for paying attention. That story is a story anybody can use, right? The process that we've created for our investors is the same process you can create for your sellers. All of the people who sold real estate with us that lent to us, those are my investors. They become my investors. They're no longer motivated sellers. They're now my investors. They're people that we're serving and helping to advance, helping to move forward. Can you in your business right now add this step in? Would it be easy to add that little piece where you talk about how they can earn a little piece of extra income, where they can increase their income from the property cash flow, the cash they're receiving, the gain that they're receiving? Absolutely it is. And you can take a step further and just keep them in the deal, right? Seller financing, keep them in the deal and give them passive income from selling, give them a down payment, give them passive income from selling and getting the cash flow, and improve their lives by getting rid of the property they don't want. And they move into another property, give them enough for a down payment. And basically the amount of money you're paying them every month pays for their new mortgage. Hands to the camera if you know that's possible for people. Yeah, absolutely. And you should be doing it. It's the right thing to do. Give the impression of increase and advancement in everything that you do, and more people will want to work with you. We talk about books all the time on here. Jen's pen, Jen is on the call. She writes books for us so that people can become authors, which makes you, author is better than a bachelor degree, right? In a world of entrepreneurship, there is no bachelor degree for being a real estate investor or a real estate agent. There is only a book. You write the book, or you write a pamphlet. You have a pamphlet, your investor package, that shows that you have success in this. And everybody who has an investor package, who actually has one that they put out? Hands to the camera if you have an investor package that you give to investors. All right, that's something to work on today. That is something to work on. Like, as soon as this call is over, you need a story. You need to be able to tell the people that you are going to work with that you are in the way of advancement, and you are advancing other people. You're advancing everybody who works with you, giving the impression of increase. For the person that is going to have an opportunity to work with you, they're going to get, wow, passive income. They're going to get their house sold. They're going to get a new opportunity to live in a better place. These three advancements are reason enough where you're different from everybody else. Why would they work with you over a real estate agent? Right? Why should somebody work with you instead of working with a real estate agent? It's because you're going to advance them further than that real estate agent ever could. A real estate agent can't offer passive income unless they're an investor. What are my investor-friendly agents? Men and women who are moving people forward. Give yourselves a round of applause. Love you guys. Awesome. Awesome. We got an amazing community in here. Right now, there's 50 people on the call. We have over 1,000 people who pay attention on Facebook. And each one of you has the opportunity to add value to others. I'm talking about real estate, I'm talking about investment, but if you're not there yet, if you haven't earned that money yet, it's time to earn that money. We've got an amazing deal coming up for the mentorship program. Hands to the camera if you are in the mentorship program already or part of our 8-week course, part of our Alchemist Mastery program. All right, let's give everybody a round of applause. You've paid what it was worth at the time. The price of the mentorship has gone up every single year because we've improved the mentorship. We've added pieces to the mentorship. It's gotten better, and it's taken a little bit of time to get here. But now the mentorship costs $1,200. It's 8 weeks, kicking the teeth, all the habits to move you forward. Hands to the camera if just the mentorship alone has changed your life. Just being in the mentorship has improved your business, changed your life. Excellent. I love that. So for the next week, there's a holiday coming up. There's a certain holiday. Who knows which holiday it is? Drop it in the chat if you're familiar with this Thanksgiving, where you're thankful for all the things that you've been given. And right before Thanksgiving, or right after Thanksgiving, there's a holiday called Black Friday. And on Black Friday, entrepreneurs all across the world agree to discount or provide a great deal to their clients. And we had a team meeting last week, and we said, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it this year. What product should we give a discount on? What product should we make an amazing deal? Create an offer that was compelling, so compelling that a person couldn't refuse the opportunity. And I thought, why not make it the mentorship? Why not go with our flagship product, the one that usually is the first thing that people talk about, the first thing that people come in who are considering real estate, but they're not sure, or those buyers who are quote unquote buyers, but they haven't quite bought something in a little while, and they keep saying they're investors, but they're not buying anything. The right program to move them forward that has consistently proven that buyers become hyper buyers, that the person who's going to buy a piece of real estate does buy a piece of real estate. What program could make that change? And that was the mentorship, to connect with the most amount of people. So we put the same deal we put together last year. Even though the mentorship's gone up in price, we've decided to take the $300 off and sell it for $897 for the next 7 days. Hands to the camera if you know that somebody in your life could probably use this gift. Somebody in your life is looking to buy more real estate right now, and they're getting cold feet, or they're getting analysis paralysis, or they're concerned, right? They're concerned. They don't know how to evaluate a deal properly. And if you're a real estate agent, you're concerned that they're going to ask you to evaluate every single deal for them. Or you'd rather them learn from somebody else how to evaluate the deals, and learn from somebody else how to take down deal after deal after deal using you as their realtor. Because at the end of the day, I always encourage using realtors because I'm a lazy investor. I don't like to go and negotiate with a seller. I don't like to have all those pieces. I like to do it through somebody else, because if I'm doing it directly, sometimes I make a mistake. Even me. And I've negotiated so many times. When I negotiate for myself, I'm the worst negotiator. When I negotiate for somebody else, man, I crush it. I don't know why. It's because I have the fallback of, oh, I got to go talk to my seller. I got to go talk to my buyer. But when it's my own deal, I'm like, yeah, no big deal. I can let that go. And then afterwards, I'm thinking, shit, that was a big deal. I shouldn't have let that go. Hands to the camera if you've ever had that in your own business, where like, if it was you, you're like, okay, everything's kind of cool. But if it's for somebody else, you negotiate way harder. Yeah, I'm the same way. So we teach our buyers, we teach our investors how to buy. We teach our investors how to buy properly with a 20% discount. We teach our investors how to go off market, build a team of off market deals. And then we send in our agents to go and negotiate for us. I wrote the book, Get the Deal, and it's based on two things: too much time and too much money. The only two problems I've ever seen in the world. Somebody either has too much time, which means they're running around doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, or they have too much money, which means they really want to be running around doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. Hands to the camera if you know that those are really the only two problems in the world, right? Either you want more time back or you want more money so you can eventually go do things you want to do. So time and money, if those are the two arguments, most people who come to us in the mentorship, they're looking to get either their time back or they're looking to get their more money in their pocket so they can have more experiences, more things to do. And the way we do it is we evaluate what you have right now, we evaluate your skills, we bring you through a process, and then we cut out stuff, 80-20. We just remove the things that aren't working for you. And then we instill one good tool, one good aspect, either it's your business or it's buying real estate, and we expand income and expand asset value. If it wasn't for expanding income or asset value, there'd be no point in talking about money, right? Like otherwise you're just running around and hoping that the life, like hippie style, right? Like the hippies. If we didn't have money to be a piece in our lives, we would be doing all the work ourselves. It'd be okay, just feed ourselves with whatever we got. But we are blessed to have technology. We're blessed to live in America. We're blessed to have roofs over our heads that are, really nice. We got some really nice things here. In fact, Doreen and I are going to be going and looking at some $1 million properties today that may or may not be for ourselves. The princess wants what she wants. So we got to go take a look at some real estate. Answer the camera. If you've got a spouse, you got to take care of, right? You got to make sure they're thinking in abundance and growth and advancement. Yes. And it's exciting, right? To be here in America. It's exciting. So right now the mentorship is, I don't know if it's official. Ron, do I have permission? Is this live yet? Or do I have to wait a day or two before this goes live? Where's Ron Bolin?
It's live.
It's live?
Yes.
And the price is $8,997. Wow, I made that decision this morning. That's so crazy. Let's give Doreen a round of applause. Amazing job.
Ron, a round of applause.
All right, Ron. So I was going to make it $1,000, but Mike Gabriel texted me and said, man, like we did $300 last year. Why would we only do 200 this year? The price went up. Why would we do 2? Let's do another 3 to keep it consistent. Hands to the camera if you like consistency in your deals. Hell yeah. So for everybody who's been through the mentorship and you believe it was a very valuable aspect, a very valuable tool for you, I'm going to offer you the opportunity to reach out to a friend or two who you believe is a good asset to this business, a good asset to your business, to your life. If they were on board doing what you're doing, they'd be a supporter in your life, somebody who would encourage you to do more, to be more. And if there's a hater in your life, don't talk to them today. Hands to the camera if you make that commitment. You got a hater in your life, leave them alone. But today, go out and find somebody who you can give this gift to. You've got a week. And if they are not willing to put up the money to pay for it, pat them on the back and move on to the next person. Hands to the camera if that makes sense. If a person doesn't pay for their advancement, then there's somebody who doesn't pay. That's fine. They stay behind. Be okay with that. Be okay with moving forward only with people who are moving forward. In your business, in your life, if they're not willing to pay you for your product, for your services. I know as an agent, people say it all the time. Oh, I don't want to pay an agent. Look, I'm moving on to the person who loves paying agents, somebody who's like me, who loves paying real estate agents, loves paying wholesalers. I love paying investors. I love paying people who do things for me. Hands to the camera if you know that's a good way to build a big business. Right? The people who don't like to pay, they're small businesses. I get it. You don't got a budget for me. That's cool. But people who are looking to get to the next level, who are looking to expand and grow, those are going to be your very best clients. So qualify them. Now, on a motivated seller side, don't expect a motivated seller to come through the mentorship. It's not going to work out for you. Hands to the camera if we get that, right? This is only for your buyer friends. It's for people who want to be just like you, friends, family who you care about, who want to be just like you, move you forward together with you. So bring in your community and tribe with you. This is an offer for them. This is we'll call it the family discounts, the Black Friday deal. So let them know about it and give them an opportunity, but do not force them. Do not try to compel them. Only be honest with your results. Share what's worked for you, share what's working out, share why there's a benefit, but do not push somebody into something that doesn't work. Does that make sense? Hands to the camera if you understand. Where moral and ethical share people, right? We're not salespeople, we're share people. We create offers for people. This way, there's never any feeling in your family like you just tried to sell them, right? Because you got to see these people again. You care about them, your friends. But you do not want to show up at Thanksgiving next year richer, with more money in the bank, going on more vacations, with the bigger house or with the better spouse, and with more income coming in, and then be like, oh man, why aren't you telling me about that program? Answer the camera if you know what I'm talking about. You want to be able to say you did it, right? And that's the only reason I even talk about real estate with my family is I'm like, hey guys, just heads up, just so you know, still doing it. It still works. Giving you an opportunity to jump in. If you don't, I'm okay with it. I just want to know that I did my best to say that this was an opportunity for you. There's a book every week. Who loves the book of the week? Who loves this opportunity to learn about the book of the week so you don't have to go pick one? Every week we read a book, and these books are chosen, and we've been through them all by reading them, by experiencing them. And Mike Stein is the keeper of the books, our holistic attorney, the closer. Mike Stein, what is the book of the week? Let's give Mike Stein a round of applause.
Thank you, Walter. Book of the week. Oh my God, this is one of my absolute favorites. It is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I would say that I've listened to this on Audible over 20 times. Just a quick shortcut. If you want to get the, Walter, what's this week's principle? Just read it out.
I just
Is it?
short. It's move with advancement and increase. Give the impression of advancement and increase.
Right. So you know that Walter and I listen to The Science of Getting Rich every single Sunday. So if you don't have time to listen to Jen Sincero, just go to chapter 15 of The Science of Getting Rich, and it's all about being an advancing man. And in fact, it's called The Advancing Man. So that's a shortcut if you don't have time, but I would definitely find time for You Are a Badass, because this book, she tells so much. Like I said last week, I love stories. Jen Sincero's stories are amazing. If you get it on Audible, she reads it herself, and she's just amazing, amazing. She's a writer in New York, and she was broke, and she had all the wealth files that kept her broke. And one of the classic stories that really fits in with this theme is her decision between buying a sensible Honda CR-V or buying an Audi Quattro or Audi 4, whatever. It's a hysterical story. And she became an advancing woman by actually buying that Audi. Sorry, spoiler alert. But this book is just filled with lots of amazing stories. It's, obviously it's written by a woman, and so women are really attracted to this book. But as a man, I loved it too. Can't recommend this book more highly. Added little snippet, her story about going to India is hysterical every time I hear it. So great book. Get it today. Listen to it 10 or 20 times. It's awesome. That's my book of the week. Thank you.
Let's give Michael Stein a round of applause. And I do love this book, so I'll be reading this book again this week. Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass. If you haven't read it, go take the opportunity. Guys, gals, especially the women, right? Like, because a lot of the books are men who write these books. Jen Sincero has such a cool way of going about it. She swears probably more than I swear, and she's got a little bit of like, she can be a little bit intense. But I love that about her, right? It's just so real and so raw. So definitely a good mindset book for thinking advancement. And again, Mike's tip, I did it this morning. I listened to chapter 14 and 15 in The Science of Getting Rich, because I was teaching the advancement man, right? Like I was teaching advancing man and woman, by the way. I was teaching impression of increase. I love those chapters. Those chapters, whenever I'm about to go do videos or about to go do a podcast, I'm like feeling a little dreary, I'll listen to those chapters to amp myself up so I can make sure my message is compelling, make sure that I'm focused on the person in front of me's advancement. How can I compel or find a way to move them towards advancement? Hands to the camera if you commit to this week going out and advancing something in your business, creating your messaging in your business so that it gives the impression of increase. For real estate investors, this is putting your portfolio resume together. Just put a packet together that shows deals you've done, deals you've evaluated. Even if you've never done a deal, you can show deals that you've evaluated, what the ideal deal would look like. And then every single investor package has to have a piece that I know is missing, which is your capital raising piece. Go in and show what 8% interest looks like on a seller financing or on private capital. Put it into your package so that when people are looking through, they see this little bonus piece. Hands to the camera if you know that's how business expands and grows without any effort, no additional work. Excellent. Hands to the camera if you commit to doing it this week, getting it done. Excellent. And if you have a problem with making it beautiful or pretty, just send it to Fiverr for $5 or $20. You can get your packet in your brand colors with your logo on it. No big deal. They'll professionalize it. Whenever we do anything now, I put it into a Word document and I send it off to Fiverr, and then it comes back beautiful. Looks amazing. Oh, I forgot to. Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Sorry about that. If you are looking to get into the mentorship, go to gualtermorello.com/mentor. gualtermorello.com/mentor. If you want the deal price, the Black Friday price, you can go to the regular mentorship page and it's right in there. So for everybody who is on the call, who is advancing themselves, let's give you a round of applause. The more you advance yourself, the more you advance the people around you. And the more people around you advance, the more you advance yourself. You can't help helping others and making money. The more people you help, the more money you're going to make. It's just a side effect of being a good person, a decent person. And one argument that I have a lot on social media is that poor people are selfish. Poor people are very, very selfish. All they're thinking about themselves. You know why they don't make more money? I don't need more money. Do you not think about the clients you're serving? Do you not think about the people you go help? That's why they don't make more money. They're not thinking about other people. They're only thinking about the damn selves, right? Why are they broke? It's because, well, I don't need more. I. Look, how many people can you serve? How many people can you help? If you can help more people, man, the money's coming your way. Every day that something good comes into my life, it's because I found a way to advance somebody else's life. Does that make sense? Focused on somebody else, focused on their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, their weaknesses, their problems, their flaws. And only one time do I say, how can I solve that? I'm focused on all of their things, and only a small piece is where do I fit into solving all of their problems? Does that make sense? How can your business advance your clients in such a way, advance the people in your life in such a way, how can your business advance your spouse's life? How can your business advance your children's life in such a way that everybody gets on board with moving you forward? Everybody gets on board with sharing what you're doing with other people. Speaking of, I'm on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires, taking applications now. If you know somebody who thinks that they could be a millionaire, or you know somebody who's got the motivation, desire, and drive, send them in our way. We're ready to take care of them. And of course, that application has an application fee, but we've reduced the fee for this week only, $900 for people who are serious about becoming millionaires. Let's give our future millionaires a round of applause. Cheers to your success.